When Bach arrived in 1723, Leipzig was a thriving commercial and cultural center where 30,000 people lived and worked. It had a long-established university, an active book industry, fine churches, and pleasure gardens. And so the Bach family moved into their new home, where the sounds of harpsichords, claviers, and singing mingled with the street sounds of bustling Leipzig. It was at this table that Bach sat when he signed the official document which made him the Cantor of Leipzig. Here was the head of the town council, and to Bach he presented this contract and asked for his signature. He then requested that Bach come over here and place his hand upon this beautiful Bible as he was officially confirmed into his new role. But I wonder if Bach realized what he was getting into. As he read this document, he must have been a little surprised by a few things. There were certain things which were to be expected. He was asked to be a good example to the boys, to be honest and upright with the young men that he was about to train. He was asked even to accompany them at the funerals, strange request to put in a document of this importance. Then he was asked to make sure and notify the officials whenever he left town. I have a feeling that they probably knew that in some of Bach's other stations, he was given to taking occasional trips which were rather extended and which had angered some of his earlier employers. Today, the children of the St. Thomas Choir stroll across St. Thomas Place on their way to rehearsal and performance exactly as they did in Bach's time. They sing not only old music, but new music as well. Here, they are rehearsing a German Mass by Johann David, who died in 1977. Dr. Hans-Joachim Roch is the latest in a 600-year-old line of distinguished cantors of St. Thomas Church in Leipzig. His responsibility is to choose and train the boys in the choir and to supervise their musical and academic education. In regards to the music that Bach was to write, here also the town councilors had something to say. They requested that it not be too long, and they requested that the music not be too theatrical. Strange that they would ask that it not be too long, given that at that time, Lutheran services tended to be 2.5 to 3 hours in length. As far as the theatricality, we can understand that in retrospect. They did not want the worshipers to be distracted from the act of worshiping. But little did they know that Bach was so sensitive to all of these things that he was about to create some of the most glorious religious music ever written. In what ways is your position as Thomas Kantor here in Leipzig similar to and different from that of Bach?
Ja, zunächst, der Titel ist der gleiche. Es sind auch noch Knaben, aber bei Bach war der jüngste 17, der älteste 26. Bei mir ist der jüngste Thomaner zwischen 9 und 10 Jahre alt, der älteste 18. Bach hatte bei einer normalen Motette etwa 12 zu gebrauchende Thomaner. Wir singen heute mit zwischen 80 und 85 Thomanern. Herr Bach selbst, ja, oh Gott, er hat in Leipzig zwar einen recht guten Stand gehabt, aber trotz allem glaube ich, dass heute, unter unseren heutigen Bedingungen, die Person des Thomas Kantors irgendwie weltweit bekannt ist, während Bach doch hier in Leipzig ein bisschen Schwierigkeiten auch mit dem Rat der Stadt gehabt hat.
Did the officials in Bach's time have a right to complain about the way he performed his duties?
Ja, der Herr Bach hat seine Pflichten schon erfüllt, aber ich glaube, allein dadurch, dass er nicht immer die allerbesten Musiker gehabt hat und auch der Chor nicht so exzellent war, wie er ihn verdient hätte, hat er wohl schon ab und zu mal selbst Klage gehabt, über diesen Chor zu schimpfen. Und dass sie so sehr gut gesungen haben, glaube ich nicht mal, denn wir haben ja zum Teil noch das Notenmaterial aus der Bachzeit. Und allein wenn man nur alles das gesungen hat, was in den Noten heute noch erhalten ist, nicht verbessert, ja, dann hat es fürchterlich geklungen. Und vielleicht hat das dem Rat der Stadt damals nicht gefallen.
Around 1729 or 30, Bach seemingly stopped writing cantatas. Was this because he was disappointed in the reaction of the local Leipzig people?
Wenn wir annehmen, dass Bach...
It is really just an assumption that Bach reduced his output of church music around 1730. We don't know this for a fact. We know that he created 5 annual sets of church cantatas, and if one calculates by Leipzig standards, that would mean about 300 pieces. Only about 190 of them are in existence today, and the question is, where are the other 110? We don't know, but whether he actually discontinued this after 1729 is very difficult to say.